12 and 21. And it says, "And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need for thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you." Amen. There's so many members of the body. It says on this title, it says, one body with many members. God's going to take us all, and He's going to put us in His desired places. He's going to put us just like He needs us, to where we'll all fit, and we're all in one accord and one mind. And He's going to mold us just like He needs us molded. But we can't discard some of them. We can't say we don't need some of you, because you might be dragging me down a little bit on this side. I need you to break off of me and get away from me, because the member is strong here. We've got a good song team here, and you're tearing us down. We've got a good ministry on this side. We don't need another preacher. Back off. That's not the way it is, church. That is not the way it is. That is not what God designed. There's going to be people that walk through that door that we're going to question. There's going to be people that God places in His sanctuary, in His kingdom, in His church, that we don't understand them. It's not meant for us to understand. It's meant for us to win them, to befriend them.
Yes.
I was reading, somebody told me about a story the other day, and I read it, and it touched my heart. It's a different way of thinking. Sometimes our minds, and sometimes we get so lost in the daily activities, and so many times we get wrapped up just in our jobs and our just life. Sometimes gets more overwhelming every day. The clock just keeps ticking, and it just keeps going round and round. But sometimes God has to send us a story. Sometimes God has to send us a message or a song that makes us stop for a second, gets us back on track, and says, if you can use anything, Lord, you can use me. Amen. I read this story the other day. It's called The Story of Kyle. I'm going to kind of read this and paraphrase a little bit, but it touched me, and I hope it touches y'all the same way. It says, one day when I was a freshman in high school, I saw a kid from class walking home from school. I didn't know what his name was, but I recognized him. He was carrying a lot of books. This boy had a lot of books in his hands. And I thought to myself, why would anybody be carrying that many books home on a Friday? That's just too many books to be carrying home on a Friday. This guy must be a nerd. Must be a geek. He's got way too many books. So I ignored him, and I started walking further. And as the closer I got to him, a group of guys had come by, and they knocked the books out of Kyle's hand. I didn't know his name at this time. They knocked the books out of his hand, and then they tripped him, and he fell on the ground. And I said, oh, man, I've got so many things to do today, so many places to go. I don't have time to stop and help this boy. He needs to be able to get up on his own. He needs to be able to fight for himself. This boy is just a nerd. I'm the popular guy in school. But then something quickened his heart, and he stopped. And he reached down and he helped the young man up. He picked his books up and he grabbed the glasses out of the grass. He gave him a shirt to wipe away the tears. He said, man, them guys are jerks. Don't pay no attention to them. He said, what's your name? He said, my name is Kyle. And the longer they got sitting there talking, he realized Kyle's not that bad of a guy. He gave him a chance to talk to him. And so time went on. The very next day, Kyle was walking home with another thing of books. And this young man went back up to Kyle again, and he said, struck a conversation with him, got to know him. He said, we got some football games, got some things coming up. Would you like to come, man? You're a pretty cool guy. I want to be around you. He said, man, I would love that. He smiled at him, gave him a smile that you couldn't forget. Time went on, years went by. And on graduation day, Kyle was valedictorian. His other friend that had helped him had got a football scholarship, was going to Duke. And so as they sat in the bleachers and Kyle made his way to the podium, he went up on the podium and said, "I'm here today to give my speech as valedictorian." He said, 4 years ago, I was lost. I didn't know any direction. I was lost and undone. And God sent a young man to me on my way home from school to kill myself. He said, I was on my way home to commit. The other guy had no idea. He always questioned why Kyle was carrying them books on him. He said, I was cleaning my locker out at school because I did not want my mom to have to go up there and get my stuff and bring it home. And he said, but God put somebody in my life. He put somebody in my path that was able to help me and gave me hope and gave me a sense of direction and let me know that somebody cared about me and somebody loves me. And as that young man sat in the bleacher and he looked at Kyle's parents, and Kyle's parents looked back at him with a smile, like they always smiled at him. They always looked at him with a smile, and he never knew the story. Church, there's going to be people that God puts in our path. There's going to be people that comes in our path, and we may not know their story. We may not know what kind of things that they're facing in life. But give them a chance. Don't discard them. Don't write them off. Because you never know what God is going to use them to do. And you never know what God has for them. We cannot discard them. We can't give up on them. As everybody would stand in the church. Sister Mickey, if you come play the piano. I'm not giving up, church. I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to stop fighting every day. Because I have family members, I have lost ones. I've got people that are not in church. And it's so easy to write them off. It's so easy to just give up on them. That's the easiest way, is just to say, I give up. I can't fight anymore for you. You're going to have to fight your own fight. It's too easy to just give up. But what if? But what if we give them a chance? What if we keep praying? What if them grandmas keep praying for their grandchildren? What if the parents keep praying for their children? What if them wives keep praying for their husbands? What if the husbands keep praying for their wife? Whatever it takes, God. Whatever it takes for you to win them back to church. Whatever it takes for you to use them. It don't matter how many days. It don't matter how many hours. It don't matter how many church services that I have to go to. I'm going to be there. Because what if one day they walk through the door and you're not there no more? We can't give up on church. We can't give up on them. One day they're going to walk through that back door. They're going to be looking for you. They're going to be looking for you on the pew saying, where are they? Where are they? They've been telling me about the Savior. They've been telling me about this church. I'm here now. Where are they? And you gave up. You said it's not worth the fight. And you're at home and you just said, I don't care anymore, I give up. Don't give up, church. Don't give up. If you do anything, keep fighting the fight. Keep running the race. As for me and my house, we have to make that decision, each and every one of us. As for me and my house, I'm going to serve the Lord. As for me and my family, we're going to keep going to church. As for me and my family, we're going to keep praying for our lost loved ones. I'm not giving up on them. I will not discard them. God has a plan for them. God has a plan for you. God needs you. He needs you like He's never needed anybody before. The church is headed in the wrong direction. There's so many people let's just go to one service. Let's just go to one service a week. Let's give up. Let's not go to New Caney. It's too much on me. I don't want to be a Sunday school teacher anymore. I've been in it for 35 years. Yeah, and I bet you have won a lot of young people to the Lord too. I bet you being that Sunday school teacher, I bet you there's so many young people that are older now saying, I remember that Sunday school teacher that taught me that lesson. I might be 35 years old now, but I remember that story that they told me about a God that loves me. There's a Savior out there. I've got to go find that place that they told me about, that they preached to me for so many years. Where are they? Where did that church go that used to be on that corner? They gave up, they quit, they moved on. They shut the door because they gave up. Don't discard them, because you never know when God's going to send them back. You don't ever know what God's going to do for them. Saints, don't give up. God has a plan for you.
Yes.
He's going to use you. But you have to be willing. You have to be ready. And when you line up and you're ready for God to use you, He's going to get you out of your comfort zone, and He's going to put you in places, and you're going to do things that you've never in your life dreamed that you could do. One day you might be standing behind a pulpit. One day you might be that Sunday school teacher that are going to witness to the young people. Lord, use me today. As we lift our hands in this place, I wish if there was somebody that could come up and that we could pray and that we could find time to come to the altar and say, God, if you can use me,